So a friend of mine started reading stories for children, and I thought it would be a great idea if I did something similar. Don't ask me why. I think the next one will probably be an Edgar Allan Poe, but for now, we're going to do City Mouse, Country Mouse, because it's a beautiful story, and I love the pictures, and this is a perfect time based on everything we're going through for something nice and sweet. It's City Mouse, Country Mouse by Maggie Rudy. Illustrations are great. One summer day, Tansy Mouse was weeding her strawberry patch when she spotted a gray caterpillar. "Gotcha, Mr. Fuzzy," she said, and pounced. "Aye," said a voice, "my tail!" The two little mice gaped at each other. Then they burst out laughing. "Who are you?" said Tansy. "Well, I'm William Gray," said the mouse, "and you scared the pants off me." "I'm sorry," said Tansy. They sat down to talk and eat strawberries. There was so much to talk about. William was a city mouse, and Tansy had never been beyond the next field. He told her about the shops and cafes, the crowded sidewalks, the sounds and smells that filled the air. "It's so exciting," he said, "I could never live anywhere else." In the soft hum of the summer day, Tansy tried to imagine the city. "The country is better," she said. "Come on, I'll show you." And she pulled Will to his feet and led him into her world. What a big world it is. Wow. Birds sang and bees buzzed, and the air was soft and sweet. Tansy lifted her nose and sniffed. "Just smell the freshness," she said. All day long, the new friends wandered through the leafy green land, talking and laughing. At last, Will looked up. "The sun is getting low," he said. "I'd better be going." "But I'll miss you," said Tansy. "I'll miss you too," said Will. "I miss you already." They looked sadly at each other. Then they shook paws and walked away. Sadness. But Will hadn't gone far before he turned back. "Come with me," he said. "It'll be an adventure." Tansy looked around her. The country would still be here when she got back. "Let's go," she said. And they set off toward the city. Oh, it's a little dark, a little scary. A little scary. Wow. All of that going on in the city.
Hollywood?
All of that. It's a big city. There was so much to see and do in the city. Every day they talked about their dreams and planned their adventures. They were the best of friends. But Tansy was homesick. She missed the song of the cricket and the sweet grassy scent of the meadow. "Let's go back," she said to Will. "It's so crowded here. It's too noisy." "I could never leave the city," said Will. "It's exciting. The country is too quiet for me." But Tansy packed her bags and left. Back home in the country, Tansy felt the soft air and heard the sweet sound she had longed for. But nothing seemed quite as wonderful without Will. Alone in the city, Will missed his friend. The days passed, and the heat of the summer gave way to chilly fall. The strawberry leaves shriveled in the frost, and Tansy made jam with the last berries. "Oh, how I wish I could share this with Will," she thought. In the city, Will looked for Tansy every day, in every face. I'll just go visit for a day, he thought. The city will still be here when I get back. So early the next morning, he began the long journey back to Tansy. But when he was halfway there, whom did he see? It was Tansy. And she was on her way to visit him, too. I missed you, they said at the same time, and burst out laughing. The two friends walked arm in arm through the little one-street town and went into a cafe for tea and cake. I like it here, said Tansy. I do too, said Will. It's not quite the country. It's not quite the city. It's in between, said Tansy. Let's stay here, they both said, at once. So Tansy and Will settled into the halfway town. It was just big enough for one grocery shop, one bookstore, and one cafe. It was close enough to the city that they could visit when Will got restless, and it was no farther to the country when Tansy longed for the sights and smells of home. They lived right next door to each other, and between their houses, they planted a strawberry patch. Then, they met there every morning to talk about their dreams and plan their adventures. And Tansy and Will, the best of friends, lived mousily ever after.